Warning! The following audio may contain coarse language and other material that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Listener discretion is advised. Also, we may spoil everything and anything, so you have been warned.
I can't do that.
We are recording, by the way.
No matter how hard I try, like... Okay, swallow air.
I always bloat instinctively.
Hold on, maybe coffee will help me burp.
I don't think coffee's gonna do shit, Jeanne.
Nope.
Wait, let me see if I can try burping.
As a professional burper, you can have it.
Oh wait, no, I can't. Wait, I'm completely no, wait.
That was
No, I can't fucking do it. I can't do it either.
fucking slag.
Alright.
My favorite part is Tristan just being fucking silent. His fucking hand's probably on his head right now. Face palming.
Yeah, that's about right.
The Tristan who stole Christmas.
You forget I live in Canada.
So?
I am Christmas.
You are Christmas.
Well, hello and welcome to PodTaku, and we
Hi, everyone.
hope you have enjoyed the burping session. I don't know if you're going to actually hear that.
I don't know.
If you didn't hear it, seriously, don't ask. You do not want to know.
Yeah, it was pretty rad. Jeanne was awful.
And by rad,
But,
is definitely not lane.
It's probably
Yes.
like Tristan's first facepalm moment with Gart and Holden ever. And not with
Well,
me.
Gar was awful at it.
I was awful. Oh god, I can't burp.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
we're here to talk about anime, right?
Anime.
So,
Yeah.
anime. So,
Let's do that
with me
then.
today
Those Chinese cartoons.
Chinese cartoons.
is the usual cast of Holden from HoldenReviews,
What's up, everyone?
Tristan from Glass Reflection,
Greetings.
and Jeanne from, I think your YouTube name's like Jeanne P now?
I think it's
Yeah.
Jeanne P
It
forever.
certainly is an anime appraisal.
Hi, guys.
Hi
That's me. Hi.
And obviously, I am Gigguk from the Anime Zone. So,
Obviously.
I think an interesting thing to start off with is what the thing that Tristan's recently reviewed. Because by now, because he has seen it, we have all seen this anime. So, Tristan, because, nobody watches your reviews or anything, tell us
I
what you
know,
have
like,
just
seriously.
recently reviewed.
But before that, Gar, I actually want to bring up something else,
For fuck's
actually.
sake.
No.
Okay, go on.
You Holden.
Go
I
for it,
would
Holden,
like
go for it.
to personally congratulate my friend Tristan Gallant for over 100,000 subscribers. Yes, well done, Tristan.
Tristan. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome to this
the 6-digit club, man.
Welcome to the 6-digit club, man.
I am 1/5 of the way there.
Good to have you on board, Tristan.
Says Garnt, and Garnt's gonna be like, well, like in a fucking week, I'm gonna be over 200,000. What up?
Even so, it's quite the benchmark, and I'm just wanting to tell you that was awesome.
This is a wonderful benchmark.
But with that 100,000 subscribers, what was the newest thing you unveiled to all of them?
At the time, when I hit that thing, I put up a review for Anohana.
Anohimita Hano no namae o boko tachi wa maru shiranai.
Yes.
It's interesting because I was just talking to Jeanne earlier, and neither me or Jeanne have seen your review of Anohana, and Jeanne was telling me that she didn't want to watch it because she was scared of your opinion on it in case she didn't like it.
Yeah, let's just make this clear.
So,
I'm afraid to watch every single review of Tristan's because I know that his opinion 90% of the time is different from mine.
Yeah, that's about right.
And
That's about
the
right.
blood boils inside of me. So I usually save it for a podcast.
Boils inside of
That's
you.
it.
but okay, so Tristan, with that preface,
Yes?
what did you think of Anohana?
I liked it.
You liked it?
He liked it.
Just
Yes, I did. I liked it, Gene.
Okay.
Shit. Where do
Please.
this?
So, Gene, did like your own personal hell just freeze over right there?
We can't argue. Shit. Plan B, guys. Plan B.
I've got it.
Okay, but see, you liked it, but that doesn't sound persuasive enough.
Yeah.
What did you...
I don't believe you, Tristan.
No, I'm joking with you, Jeanne. I'm just saying that I liked it. And I really hated it.
No.
1 out of 10.
Is this another Clannad moment?
Ultimate recommendation, fuck it.
Seriously?
Brilliant.
Jeanne, fucking no.
I love the way that Jeanne is just looking for an argument even when they're agreeing.
No.
There's no argument here.
No.
It's just like, I am ready. I'm ready for the fight. I'm ready for the fight. And I'm just like, why do we need the fight? We agree. And she's just like, no, I still want to fight. Okay.
All right. That's awesome.
Sure.
I have a confession to make about Anohana. So,
Okay.
I know it's gonna be.
It's actually... No, let's bring out the man card out, guys.
All right.
So,
Man card.
our man card with Anohana is probably one of my personal favorite anime. It does have problems, I will admit
It
that.
has a
but
lot of problems, which is why I refuse to review it, because I will be much less lenient or
forgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm much more of a brick wall.
It's a thing where I'm so personally attached to it because it's one of the few anime that have ever made me shed a tear.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Wait. Actually, hold on.
That's my name.
Holden.
What's up?
When you watched it.
Yeah.
Real talk. Did you cry? Did you
that-
shed a manly
did,
tear?
did that brick of a heart?
Did the brick of a heart get phased?
Did
No,
that
that's
get
only
shattered a
that's
bit?
only happened like twice. But here's what's interesting, right? What I thought of the ending was the ending really was better than the later half of it was so much better than everything before it that it made it looking over the beginning so easy. But the more I look back at the beginning, the more I'm just like, this is such a rocky, weird start. And here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I really liked the ending, right?
Yeah.
But now, if you guys probably don't know this, or you guys probably know this, but you guys haven't
Yeah.
witnessed it. The sequel, okay? The sequel to Anohana, right?
The movie.
Yeah, the movie, right? It's
Have you seen
Oh,
it?
I haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
It's fucking whoa.
Whoa, wait. What do you mean by whoa?
What do you mean by whoa?
Like,
So-
did that make you shed a manly tear?
It's fucking better?
Yeah. Like what?
Here's the thing, right? Okay, so the problem with sequel films especially, is I bring this up because I can tie it in with the Madoka 3 Rebellion. And recently, it's a recap of the Madoka series, with the third one having additional things, making it a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Correct.
and a lot of, it's really split. Like, a lot of people were like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And a lot of people were like, and there's a lot of controversy as far as
Madoka-chan.
I
love you, Madoka-chan.
there's a lot of split duality, I guess, when it comes to that. And I think that the Anohana movie, I'm not going to talk about it because I want to wait till you guys see it as well. But
Right.
whenever, I think it will have a very similar effect on the West whenever they finally get their hands on it. Because from what I've read and from what I've seen, it's pretty different. But I know I can't really judge it without seeing it from my own eyes, but from what I've read, it's really, it's quite a deviation. It seems.
Well, the thing about
it seems.
the thing about Anohana is that it had a really good ending.
No, like I
mean,
said, it had a really awesome ending.
fucking amazing ending. I love it.
Yeah.
That was when like all the emotions just came out
Yeah,
all
man.
at once.
When I saw the
It's
ending,
like-
I was like, oh, wow, we found it. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's the ending.
Pedro is once again crying like waterfall.
Yeah.
No, but it was just the thing about Anohana. It was the way that they were so emotionally manipulative with that ending song. It was basically like psychological conditioning. Do you know what I mean?
It was.
Yeah, no, it just hits.
Like the way you train a dog over the years, which is you condition it to react to certain movements or whatever. So hearing that ending song at every emotional point, by the end where they played it in full, it was just like, well done.
Yeah,
You
it was
compl-
amazing.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that is whenever Tatsuyuki Nagai, the director, did that, I thought it was really smart. And I think it was really well used, but I still really like his subsequent series, Natsu de Matteru, more for the simple reason in that it's not as sad.
Wait.
Its characters are much
You
better.
like Ananatsu
Okay.
more than Anohana?
I love it. I like it as a whole. I like it more. I don't think it's necessarily
hey.
better, but I do like it more.
Holden?
Garn.
Holden?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Have you seen Anonatsu?
Real talk, guys?
Yeah.
Real talk. Okay.
Oh,
so
no
I
way!
just finished Natsu de Matteru.
No
Are you
way!
serious?
Yes, this is the thing you were talking about.
Oh.
Garin.
We
Oh
should
shit!
totally talk about Anohana, so I can lead into Natsu de Matteru.
Garin, dude.
Finished.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna have to like mute my headset.
This is
and
for-
No,
someone
we
let
are
me know
not.
when
I'm
you're
not
done.
going to spoil anything.
but Garin, dude, the characters, man. Holy shit, I loved them.
But,
I thought they were so much better than Anohana.
I see. Oh my god, me and you, Holden, we
Yeah.
are disagreeing on something.
Dude,
For what?
this is great. I love it. See, because here's the thing, right? Anohana, everyone felt so just ridiculous. I think the biggest example of this was the blonde guy and the study booking. Like, they were just, I didn't care, you know? I liked,
I admit there was some like the guy who just dressed up as Menma to show up how much he loves her. That was just like
Spoilers!
this is pretty fucked up. This is
pretty fucking weird.
This is pretty fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
But, dude.
I would say
Okay.
Anonatsu de Matteru is a lot more grounded. Let's say,
I definitely
which is ironic considering it's revolving around
it's about space.
around
Fucking
shit
aliens.
that falls out of
Aliens.
space.
Logic.
Oh
know what I
my
mean?
god.
It's-
But here's the thing, right?
Okay.
As a whole, I think Anonatsu, although in some ways not, I think as a whole, it's much more entertaining to watch. They're just, the biggest thing for me is just like the whole thing near the end was so interesting.
Yes.
The reluctance. Because it's the exact opposite of Anohana, where it was all about, putting
Like
through,
miracles
making-
coming true.
it's not even that, it was like bringing forth dreams to fruition. It was pushing for everything to occur. And I love Anonatsu, how it's just trying to stop the inevitable. And it was the desperation in Natsu de Matteru that I liked a lot more than Anohana as a whole. Because the biggest thing was that I felt all the characters in Natsu de Matteru were just so much, they're just fucking, even like Mio and fucking, they're just so many. And Tanigawa, and it was just so, the fact that I even remember them is just proof of how much I thought they were better because they felt like real humans.
I felt they did feel like real humans. I will give you that, because the thing about Anohana is that, like, I don't think I know anyone.
Dude, Jintan was the only like human in that series. I swear to God.
Show me a girl like Menma who is basically Moe Jesus, and it's just like,
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's what she was.
she really is. Menma can do nothing wrong.
It was on the third day she rose again.
She literally died for your sins.
Yeah.
It's,
Jesus Christ.
It was so weird. But it was because
Menma
it's
died for your sins, guys. Remember that.
Moe Jesus.
there's so many parallels you can draw between them. The fact that in Anohana you have the connection between the ghost and Jintan, right? You got Menma,
Yeah.
and that's the whole connection, is that he can see a ghost. Whereas the connection in Anonatsu is that
He knows that she's an alien.
he knows that she's an alien. Or it's not even that. It's just, it's all about secrets. And the reason Garins, okay, and this isn't really a spoiler, the reason that I think Anonatsu is a better anime, I would say, is because of just the whole ending and the relationships between the characters and the points to which they escalate was so much better than the fucking getting a note fucking bullshit that Anohana gave me at the end.
Anohana, I love the note, but that's the thing.
But
the
it's
two series
fucking
were
lame.
so similar in that sense.
Yes,
'cause
they are really similar.
In Anonatsu de Matteru, they had the film. Right?
By the way,
That
they're the
film-
Yes.
same director, Tatsuyuki Nagai.
Yes, I know. They are very
Different
similar.
studios, but same thing.
What do you think about Anonatsu de Matteru, Jeanne? Because I know you've seen it as well.
Well, wait, first of all, what was your reasoning to liking Anohana more than Anonatsu?
I think Anohana was just more emotional in general. I think the thing about Anonatsu is that yes, it is more realistic.
It's not about emotions,
It's
It's about just human interaction.
it's just about human interactions,
And I fucking loved it. I will, okay, here's the thing that we'll agree on.
okay.
I agree Anohana is more emotional,
Yes.
but I think it's much less interesting to watch. Because there is no force of nature or anything going against them. There is no, tribulation.
Yeah.
It's simply regret, quote. The only tribulation is the idea that if we do this, we can't undo it.
Yeah.
And the reason...
I mean... Okay, I think... Okay, here's the thing. Because the thing about Anonatsu, the biggest difference between Natsu de Matteru and Anohana, okay? Yeah. What Natsu de Matteru has that Anohana...
I know, it's like Anna...
What Anohana doesn't have is subtlety.
No, it doesn't. It is, guys, we played this game when we were a kid, and she was alive. Oh, fuck, wait.
No,
I used to play a Game Boy.
The thing about
this sticker on my Game Boy. It was. I hate it. It just shoved shit down your throat and was like, swallow this pill.
It really was that.
No, that was.
It was like, swallow this nostalgia pill that I'm giving you.
That was not an overstatement.
This emotions. Feel it. Feel the emotions, man.
It was. Look at the carving in the wood. Oh, man. That's seriously what it was. And Anonatsu was so subtle about just hidden angst and desire.
About everything. Because I think you agree with this, guys. The ending to Anohana, right?
Yeah.
I think you can only have two possible reactions to that ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
One possible reaction, okay, is the reaction I'm sure we all had, which was the Menma, we miss you. And the other one is just this is the stupidest piece of shit ever. Why the fuck are they just shouting out their emotions?
It was weird.
Does that? It's weird because I watched it and I had this reaction, and then I watched it with my friend a second time. I was like, dude, you gotta watch this. You gotta.
It's funny.
Funny enough, she was a girl and she had the other reaction, which was this is so overplayed and over dramatized. It's stupid.
The thing is, it was. Because it's really interesting that you mentioned that, because I remember I showed Anohana to my friend. We watched it all in one night. And he was just kind of he liked it, right? But he said he said the most profound thing to me. He says, okay. Why do they care about someone who was never coming back? and it really came to me, and I was like, they really shouldn't care right now? Because it was just this weird, only someone with, I'm pretty sure my friend's a sociopath, but I'm probably pretty sure, only a sociopath can make that that kind of reading and just be but why should they care? She's gone. Right. There's no use in crying.
Well, Jeanne.
Well, I would have to say, yeah.
Okay, Jeanne, you go, because you have not told your opinion yet, even though you've seen both as well.
So with what Holden said earlier, I agreed and I disagreed with was the fact that I also agree that Anonatsu, I liked it more. I thought it was better.
Really?
But only, I did.
You just said you never saw Anonatsu.
No, I saw Anonatsu.
She has.
Am I the only person in this call who hasn't seen Anonatsu?
Yes, actually, it's not actually it.
God freaking damn.
So go in your little frosty corner. Make yourself a frosty.
Why don't you just cool off?
Cool off a little bit.
We'll wait for hell to freeze over.
So, I also liked Natsu de Matteru better, and I think it was because of, basically in Anohana, they just played the guilt card too much.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, do you remember this? Okay. Now, you guys are all gonna remember this, so Tristan, you can feel free to participate in this one.
Yeah, you can come in.
Okay, guys, you have to remember this one, right? It was the Menma, I don't even like girls. I don't want to play with you. And he has that flashback about 17 times in the entire series. And he's just losing his shit over something he said when he was 5 years ago. It was
the scene where it's who would like such an ugly girl? Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh no, guys, I'm gonna run away.
See, this was the condition that you were talking about, Garnt. Either it works or you can see through it. But at first, I didn't see it happening. But thinking about it after the show ended, I could see. It's I I see what you did there.
It was upon recollection that it becomes,
Tristan,
Anohana becomes very translucent at times.
Tristan, I haven't seen your review, but did you notice these kinds of things as well, Tristan, as you were watching it?
No, I did. There were problems I had with it, but at the same time, like, the majority of the problems I had with, like, the narrative of Anohana, I look at it, like, after the fact, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, but if they fixed the problem, like, at the beginning, the show wouldn't have existed. So, like, one of the problems I had was, in episode 1, their names are escaping me right now, but when the girl with orange hair basically showed up at his door.
Right.
And Memra jumped on her, and she commented how her shoulders feel heavy. And I was like, so she's a ghost, but she can, like, physically interact with the world.
Sure.
Why doesn't she do things to physically interact with anyone else?
Let's wait 8 episodes before we think it's the right time for Menma to reveal that she can pick objects up.
She is actually fucking there. Now, like, 8 episodes down, she writes in her little notebook, and then there's the big fucking reveal thing
You
there.
guys,
and it isn't until after that moment that they determine that the notebook is the only thing that she can write in. But I'm just like, it took you 8 episodes to try that?
Nah, for
Like,
me, guys.
I would have thought, like, somewhere in episode 1 or 2, they would have attempted to have her write on something other than the notebook. Well, because they didn't have the notebook then. But, like, you would have thought that they would have tried some form of communication.
Yes.
I think the moment for me, right, was this, okay? It was if we grant my wish, I think we can do this. And I was like,
what's your wish?
We
I can't
are
remember.
going on complete speculation of how to exorcise this ghost. What? How do we even know granting any of this shit's gonna work? And she doesn't even know. And so he's just like, what the fuck? I'll go fucking do it.
Didn't they, like, make a rocket or something?
Yes, they do.
The
But
fireworks, which
it was
science.
It was just the moment where it was just like,
Science.
I was
energy,
like,
science,
these-
energy, electrolytes, power lights, more lights than your body has room
the
for.
thing that people don't realize is that Anohana is an anime about exercising your childhood's dead friend because you don't want them to be around you anymore. And so, what was weird,
Yeah, there was another thing. It's
just-
like,
it does some weird things to it.
okay, let's go by
That's
like
all right.
normal ghost rules.
Okay,
Ghost rules.
okay.
Ghost rules.
Ghost rules.
Ghost rules.
Yes, whatever ghost rules you bring up. Normally,
Ghost
a
rules.
ghost appears.
Let me just bring out my ghost encyclopedia for a second.
Yeah, Tristan, the
and-
Ghost Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the ghost encyclopedia. Normally, when a ghost shows up, they show up like fairly immediately after death or shortly afterwards. What is the explanation behind Memma not showing up for fuck how many years?
Do you know what my reasoning was? My reasoning was because Jeanne was sexually angry in his room playing video games. And he just needed someone to ride the D. And so a ghost appeared.
It's funny because the thing is, Anohana was originally planned to be an ecchi show.
Yes, it was.
No joke.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
I've heard
you
this.
know, with like the first episode,
Yes.
there's like it is a lot more fan servicey than the rest of the
Yeah,
episodes.
and nosebleedy and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Like-
Menma isn't Moe Jesus after all.
Like, alarm bells just ring. I remember watching the first episode, and you know the alarm bells you tick off
Yeah.
when it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, Moe character sitting on crotch, tick.
It was
And it's just like a Moe character taking a shower, tick. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is...
It was just
this is
the
like
opening
a-
scene was just people. He heard people outside and a couple, and he's just like, "I'm so fucking angry. I don't even need girls. I play video games to touch my pee-pee. I don't need them." And it was that conclusion that manifested his dead friend. There you go, Jintan.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's our.
That is the
reasoning.
conclusion we have drawn.
As always,
The PodTaku Labs.
we have a new theme on PodTaku now, where we used to talk about shit, and now we just talk about masturbating.
Yeah, that is our new thing. We've become more comfortable.
So,
apparently.
because Jin-san wanted to masturbate so
It
bad.
is still a bodily fluid
Yes.
of some
Yeah.
sort
But-
involved.
One thing I wanted to touch on was, having seen both series...
Eventually, we'll just move on to taking the piss.
Boom.
Boom!
Urine.
Boom! Straight from his frosty corner there.
Shout out to Kiss X Sis.
One thing I noticed about Anohana is ironic, because we're talking about this deep in winter time, okay?
Sure.
One thing I noticed about Anohana and Natsu de Matteru was that they portrayed summer so well.
Yeah.
You know the long summer days you have
Sure.
where you just want to just chill out and just do whatever. It just like, for some reason, both series give me the feeling of just the summer season so well.
It's one of the reasons I love Tatsuki Nagai. I mean, because me, I love Paradise, and I think it's better, it's more well done in Anonatsu, because it's fucking waiting in the summer. But,
waiting in the summer.
But it's funny that, because in Anohana, they mention the idea of his summer beast quote, remember?
Yes.
It was like, the beast of the summer,
He's
summer
talking
heat.
about his penis.
I think he was talking about thermal expansion, in all honesty. But it's a weird conclusion we can draw. But what was interesting, right, was that being the same director, you can see a lot of similarities. I will say that Anonatsu has more fan service than Anohana. But what's interesting is, despite that, it still just does so much stuff right. But the best part about it is it's so atmospheric.
Yes. And it got me thinking as to, do you guys think there are any other shows that portray seasons as well as Anohana and Natsu de Matteru does?
There's one.
Like,
Yeah, there's a couple.
Okay,
There's a couple, and they're all made by Key.
Okay, well, there's one, and it's nothing to do with
Alright,
Key.
well, he's gonna say Clanad After Story in winter.
Yeah,
No, I'm actually going to say Clanad is spring. After Story is its own different thing. Kanon is winter.
no, guys, we're talking about the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yes.
On the cold
The
winter
disappearance
night.
does winter so well.
It does fucking
Oh
freezing
my God.
cold winter so well.
The scene where Kyon basically walks to school.
Oh,
and
it was one of
it's
the
just-
best. The best part was, like, the attention to detail. How everyone, except for the women, were wearing, like, their winter clothing. And Hyun, for instance, was wearing his scarf. That was the biggest thing throughout the entire film. Was he was wearing his winter jacket and the scarf.
Yeah.
But you can even, like, see the breath that they're exhaling. Because it's so
And
fucking cold.
It's not just that, it's the atmosphere as well. The atmosphere is this dull, drab, slow atmosphere.
Yeah, it's white.
Which,
it's white and grey.
which just portrayed that winter feeling so well.
So well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I can't think of any that could represent fall though.
Me either. And the only thing I can really think of is like in like slice of life anime when they're showing like the school and like the spring, the freaking cherry blossoms are just fucking falling, and then
you know it's spring if it's pink.
right, exactly. When you see pink, you know that it's spring.
You know it's summer.
You know they're about to walk into the school.
The two anime things I always notice. It's pink. If it's pink, it's spring. Ever hear those fucking cicadas in the background?
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
summer.
it's summer.
Summer. There's a difference, apparently. If there's people in
Automatically.
yukatas doing stuff, you know it's not winter. There's that much.
I wish there was some with fall though, because fall is like my favorite.
There is some with fall. One of the biggest ones that steps out to me is the of Amnesia. Well, not Amnesia the series, but Dusk Maiden Amnesia. That takes place in the fall. It looks like for most of it, because there's always falling leaves,
Right.
and just dead leaves, because it's all about the idea
Well,
of.
if
Right.
If-
Maybe another did too,
another.
but I can't really remember.
Well, it's not the idea of remembering the setting of the series. It's if the series uses the season as a thematic element, or in some way
Yeah.
to set a tone or send an idea to the audience.
It's not just like, oh, this is set in summer, because this is set in whatever. It's the
Yeah.
fact that the series we talked about portrayed the theme and just the
Right.
atmosphere. Because, when you watch it, you feel like you're in summer. Even though I'm in the middle of winter right now, when I watch Natsu de Matteru, I'm just like,
Summer.
I feel like the summer.
Yeah, that's how I feel all the time. It's
It just
great.
transports you back to a certain time period,
Yeah,
basically.
it's the whole idea behind the Hawaiian shirts. But
So,
I think the biggest one for me, one of the biggest ones, aside from all those, is Aria. Aria is about actually going through the seasons, and how at the very end of the first season they enter winter and they change uniforms, and the Neo Venezia has like covered in snow, and it's New Year's, and it's all about the passage of time and how Aria and everyone grow up, and it uses
You know
really
what
well.
show also does that really well?
What season? What one?
Hyouka.
Hyouka. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Hyouka's really good.
They definitely go through all seasons, and it's really great if you like slow-paced anime because you feel the time pass by.
Yeah. I like Hyouka. I
think.
love it. Absolutely brilliant.
I know you
It's
do.
fucking brilliant. Better than Chuunibyou.
Yeah, we're not getting into that argument.
We've already. I swear we've already had this
Please.
argument already.
I swear we've already had it.
We have so many times.
I'm just like, dude.
So
I think if to the audience, if you can think of any more seasonal shows that represent seasons really well,
reflect
maybe looking for the fall, because we didn't really cover fall. If you can think of
Yeah, we didn't even get any fall.
if you can think of
Well.
fall if you're American, autumn
If you're the rest of the planet.
if you're because like I had to say fall because I'm with a bunch of North American twats here.
Yeah,
But if you can think of seasonal shows, please leave it in the comment section.
Very interested to
I
see.
think it's quite an interesting topic.
So if you can think of anything for autumn, we're cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So shall we get on to what? Jeanne, have you been watching anything recently?
Yes.
Thank God. She's not completely useless.
This is all I have
The
to
slide's
say.
not useless. What's up?
Holden,
No. Oh,
I
God.
undocked Photo Kano.
Okay.
Oh
Fuck
no!
Oh, no.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
boy. It's
Holden. You are the ultimate fucking troll.
no, it's great, isn't it?
No. I fucking believed you, Holden.
Okay.
I took your word for
Yeah.
it. When you said Photo Kano gets better.
It does.
And then I dropped it at the wrong time.
You did. You have to admit.
No,
it does
I
get
didn't.
comparatively gets better. I never said it got
No, it
good.
does not.
I never
All right,
said that.
if there's one thing, I'm going to say this right now. If there's one thing I hate in anime more than anything, it's when in a story, it resets itself. Like, for example, Higurashi, that's one reason why I did not.
prefaced by telling you that the series restarts after the episode that you stopped at.
No, you didn't.
Fuck you. Yes, I did.
No, fuck.
I totally did.
No, you
I said it.
You
I said it restarts, and by the time you get to episode 7,
Okay.
it gets really interesting.
But Holden,
Episode 6.
Guys, this is freaking hilarious.
Holden, you
Listen,
didn't say
listen, do you
that
know
it
how not-
restarted every single episode after that one episode.
That would ruin the
You
surprise.
didn't say that
This
the
is
first
how
5
it feels.
episodes
How
were
does it feel, Tristan?
plain and boring.
feels pretty
but
good.
then, after episode 5, every time a new episode starts, it resets all over
Yes,
again.
it does.
Hold me.
Isn't it beautiful?
What's so good about that?
It's not. I didn't
What
say
is
there's
so
anything good about it, Jeanne. I'm saying.
You said
I
that.
said it got better, and it does. You cannot tell me that the episode with the stargazing was not comparatively better than like the entire show.
Are you talking about just the animation?
Fuck what? No, I'm.
Wait.
The episode where he
No.
and she go stargazing.
Okay, guys.
No.
Guys, do you want to put any of this in context for probably the 90% of people that have not seen Photo Kano?
Okay, so Photo Kano, there might be a review coming out of it sometime, but Photo Kano, what happens is that, for instance, it's a Madhouse harem anime, and what happens is every 5 episodes, it restarts.
So basically, our main character decides out of nowhere.
It goes back to episode 4.
Fuck you, Holden.
What happens is there's called a common arc. It's around episodes 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. It's the common arc. And from there, it can branch and go into all the different girls that you meet during the common arc and how the different possibilities of ending up with each one of them. Very similar to shows like Amagami SS. Also made by Leaf. But what I think
Yep,
you don't...
hate that.
see, here's the thing, Jeanne. I'm surprised that you didn't like just even any of the episodes beyond that. Because I thought, comparatively, they're much better than the entire idea as a whole. I think that some of them are actually really interesting. For instance, the one about being timed in your relationship. How you know, for instance, the one that you love is going to be leaving, and how you deal with the idea of permanent, like basically losing someone that you're with forever, and just losing
someone that you've been with for 15 minutes in an episode,
Gee,
because that's how I see it.
if we're gonna look at time,
the
though,
presence of time is gone in Photo Kano.
No, it's not.
There is no past.
You're a fucking
There is
moron.
no future.
No, there is a past. The past is the common arc. And you refer to the relations in that with every other one.
The fact, okay, so the only thing they have in their past is the common arc.
Yes.
Where they know that the dude picks up some dingy camera and decides to take a photo of them. So they go off the one time that they've had a photo shoot with the guy and go from there.
Not all the time, no.
That's
You're
it?
simplifying
Go.
it. No.
Can we put this on hold for a second?
What?
Tristan.
Yes.
Can I ask you something?
Okay.
What the fuck are they arguing about?
I have no clue. I'm just letting them go because I thought it was just something between them.
I was thinking we could make.
It was nice. It's good to let this out, just to feel better about it.
I was thinking we could go to the PodTaku courtroom, which we haven't done in a while, and then I realized I have no idea what they are actually arguing about. Guys, what are you arguing about?
She's just arguing that it got worse.
I'm talking about the important.
And I'm arguing that it got better.
Yes.
You think it got worse?
Okay.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, let's raise
The only time I like when
I'm just.
when a story sort of restarts itself.
I'm fucking enamored with you.
Is when there's an underlining story underneath it, like you said, the common arc. But
there was that.
There's really nothing there. There's no base story to really go off of besides of the little harem that they had in the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, that's all you supposed. That's all you need.
That's it.
But see, what the beauty...
I literally feel like right now...
The beauty of it is it's all about short acquaintances.
I don't like it.
It's not about knowing the characters. It's about the concepts and the ideas some of them present are so interesting.
I just feel like... But I feel like with it restarting itself, there's no there's no characterization.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be.
There's no story. So this is how I feel. No. Let me explain. This is how I feel watching Photo Kano, and I'm going to make it so Garnt and Tristan know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's when you guys said to me about Danganronpa that it feels like you're watching a Let's Play of that show.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm watching a Let's Play of like a harem visual novel watching Photo Kano. Basically, I'm watching this dude like make decisions with every girl, and then it restarts with a new girl. That's it.
Yeah. This is not the first time in anime this has happened, by the way. Just... So we can clarify,
Holden,
Jeanne, I don't think you realize...
Why does that make you think that I would think that Photo Kano got better? What would make you say, Jeanne, it gets better after 5?
Well, because it's a fact. It's true. It does. It really does. Because there's some ideas presented that I've never seen before. Like, the idea of one-episode relations is just so interesting. It's almost like speed dating. And I think that it was really interesting how they portrayed the concept of that. Granted, I think the show as a whole is not that good, but... I think that some of the ideas are just fucking... If they could have been polished, it would have been amazing. For me, Photo Kano, the last episodes, are really no different than, for instance, the Kyo OVAs from Clannad. I mean, no one really knows what the fuck Kyo is doing. Kyo is always just there. People liked her, but he never really cares about Kyo. And, for instance, it's the idea of the short relation that you had with Kyo makes the OVA so interesting. It's a similar idea. It's not as well executed because it didn't have fucking 50 episodes, but the concept is still there. It's the idea of using characters to portray ideas and not necessarily forcing exposition down their throat. It was something I'd never really seen before, and I thought it was awesome. I think it got better. I really do.
Okay, well,
fuck you, Holden.
The
end.
Was it good for you?
Was it as good for you as it was for me, guys? So.
Like, I don't know, especially how I've talked about how I don't see the romance that I want to see in anime, and that's why I go to like K-dramas and J-dramas. Everybody knows this.
That's interesting.
That's interesting because those are just
that brings it full circle back to one thing that one reason that I going back to Natsu de Matteru. Sorry, Tristan. But one reason I could...
It had romance.
Back to the corner.
That's fine. I'll just put on my high quality, I can't hear fuck all
no.
earplugs.
But one of the reasons that I think that... Because I think Natsu de Matteru was more romance-based.
Yes, it was.
It definitely was. But I didn't really like the romance. I thought it was... a weaker romance.
It's not about. But what I liked about it was
it's not
about
it was
the
so
romance.
absolutely realistic. Besides the fact that she was an alien, and that's why I did enjoy Natsu de Matteru more than Anohana.
As much as like I can sympathize with your ideals, Garn, it's the idea that like for instance, you can have this stuff occur, and then it's the people who don't end up in relationships that really fascinate me.
Yes.
It was all about, like, for instance, Tanigawa, right? She's the blue-haired one, by the way.
The short-haired girl, yeah.
Tanigawa, right?
Which is by far my favorite character.
Yeah, she's a lot of people's. It's like her reaction to the idea. I don't think it was necessarily even about making believable romance. It was about making believable, unrequited love. And she portrayed it. God, like, you have to agree with me. It was so unbelievably well done. It was
very well done. But to get this to a broader topic, it's just like I'm not used to the thing about anime. Is just like I actually like romance in anime, but it's very rarely that I watch pure romantic anime.
Most of them are shit.
Yeah, because
I'm not gonna lie, most of them are shit. The ones that are good, I enjoy the hell out.
Okay,
of.
which ones are good?
Okay,
Tristan?
yeah. What are shit, Tristan?
Okay, those are two different questions, guys.
Hold on.
You guys asked two completely polar questions.
What is shit romance, Tristan?
What is shit and what is not shit? Do I have to like name every romantic
No,
anime?
like give an
But
example.
no, Tristan. I think.
Because I want to know if your idea of romance is similar as my idea of romance, or if it's similar to Garnt and Holden's idea of romance.
Because
What the fuck are you saying?
But no, because the
Oh,
thing
God.
about
Tristan, just let Tristan talk.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
okay, Tristan, you go.
Here's-
What do you look for in a romance anime? Go.
Okay,
Clanad.
I look for. Shut the fuck up, Jeanne. I'm trying to talk.
Okay.
What I look for is, well, most of the time, there are no, like, pure romance animes. It's usually romantic plot lines in animes about other shit.
Yes.
It's very rare you have, like, just plain-ass romance, unless it's a harem, in which case it's not really romance, it's a fucking harem.
Polygamy, FTW.
But in a romance plot line, for example, I look for characters who are not fucking stupid, are not overly tsundere, who just fuck everything over.
So does this mean you do or don't like Toradora?
Well, that's the thing. Toradora is like the weird one, because Toradora, Taiga is a tsundere, and she's a heavy tsundere, but she does drop the act near the halfway point at times, which is enough.
Oh.
Most of the time, if you get a tsundere, like, female... Okay, here's an example from Love Hina. Naru. She never fucking drops it. Like, ever. You think she drops it, and then she comes right back up.
Fuck you, Tristan. Lavina is an amazing romance.
Oh, what?
I need to hear this.
What? No. Get back. How is it an
Oh my
amazing
God.
romance? Who is the
Garnt,
romance with?
Garnt.
Even by the end of the
Before-
series.
before we
alright?
go any
he
further-
doesn't fucking know who he's going out with. He doesn't know if it's Naru. He doesn't know if it's the
I
other
want
chick with
to
the
remind
biggest boobs
us
in the
of
entire
the
show.
fucking scene in fucking Love Hina again, where literally, I swear to God, I think he's a wedding ring, and she's just pissed off about it.
No, hold on. Back up. Love Hina, none of the specials, not Love Hina again, just the original series. What about it constitutes a really good romance anime?
Oh my God. Garnt,
It was
Come on. There are so many problems with that romance plot line.
It is
flawed.
Flawed to
Very
say,
flawed.
to say the least. But I'm sure
I don't
Holden.
mind flaws in some cases. If it's flawed
I'm sure-
characters,
I'm
that's
sure
fine. But
Holden will agree with you in this line. It's everything that I wanted.
It is. That's the thing.
did you?
All right. So now I get the idea.
Do you really like romances
No,
where the
no,
guy is so scared he can't even talk to a female without permission from this other chick who they are not even officially in a relationship with, because he knows that he'll get the ass handed to him if he does anything?
Yes.
That is
Logic.
the romance of Love Hina. He can't do anything with any female persons without Naru's permission, without any actual official relationship between them having existed, because without said permission, he's gonna get his ass handed
That
to
sounds extremely like...
That sounds quite realistic, right, Holden?
him. That is not a romance.
I was about to say, that sounds pretty spot on, to be
That
honest.
is a relationship based on fear.
Okay, so now we know that Holden and Garnt just have
No, Garnt,
fucked up past relationships.
We've had Cinderella girlfriends.
do you know what synopsis he was giving right there? He was giving the synopsis of Bakemonogatari to a T. Everything that you said is what Bakemonogatari does, into like extremes.
I still haven't fucking... To be fair, I haven't seen Bakemonogatari.
Bakemonogatari is
I don't see
completely like that.
Bakemonogatari as a romance.
But that's not a romance. So Tristan, what is your favorite romances then? Because I do have mine, which isn't Love Hina. Love Hina is a guilty pleasure.
Okay, well, I'll bring it down to 3 just to make it easy.
Okay.
Clanad plus After Story.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2.
Toradora. because it does circumvent the problem with Tsunderes and EF Taylor members.
I knew you were going to say all three of those. So
I would say that as well.
We said that over.
I would
Interesting
not.
enough, my favorite romance isn't even a romance anime.
Okay.
Which is it?
My favorite romance is Rasifon.
Razafan.
Because...
Wait, no, I can see
You know what's
that.
interesting,
I
guys?
can see that.
What?
My favorite romance is Eureka 7. Bones. Mecha.
Me and you, bro. Me and you.
Fucking
bro.
Bones Mecha, man. They do romance better
Bones
than
Mecha.
they do.
Bones?
Bones Mecha does fucking romance better than they do mecha almost.
Better than mecha. Yes. It's the romance is better than the mecha. It's interesting because the thing about these two is that it's romance, but with such a big twist. Because like Rasifon basically plays on the idea of, how long can you stay in love, basically? How long can love last? And,
Bakuman, man.
Sorry?
Fucking Bakuman. That was the predominant theme.
Oh, that's
what I would say.
That is not a romance, though. Bakuman,
no, it's not. It's a plot device, but I'm saying...
We are right in front of each other, but we're not going to get with each other. Why? I don't know, because of a promise we made as a kid. I don't know. It's just like...
I'm not famous. I'm not famous yet. Yeah. But I'm saying, what you just said was that was like the whole backbone of like the first arc of fucking Bakuman was, will she stay loyal to me for like a decade without... It was fucking weird.
It was weird.
It's a good series overall,
what did you write about Eureka 7's romance?
Eureka 7's romance, and the reason I like it, is because it's not necessarily that it's about two people meeting, and the idea of unrequited love that upon determination can be met, but only after you prove yourself in a much more different way. Renton has unrequited love for almost the entire series until Eureka has any reason to believe or love him for otherwise. And it's just the portrayal of how these two come together and how it's just...
These star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's exactly what it is. Because it's the fucking... It's bringing two things together and just the faith that they'll get along. And it's just the time, Garn, is what it is. Eureka 7 does time really, really well.
Yeah. Time is pretty important.
And it's just...
Kano doesn't have that.
Hastily away.
Yeah, Kano is...
I love how...
Jeanne?
He says that time is so important.
No, Jeanne, but see, you don't understand. The thing... You've never even seen Eureka 7. There's so many episodes where either Eureka is either unconscious, bald, or fucking Renton just jumped out of a plane and he's not there for like an entire arc. Like... They have such little screen time together, all things considered.
I remember when Eureka lost her hair, and I was just like, I don't like this now. Give her hair back.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the... No, do you know what it was for me, Garn?
What?
It was the scar on the forehead. I was like...
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah. I came to love it near the very end. I came to love the design. And I love all the risks the series took with that whole, like, fucking up the lead heroine's design later on.
Yeah.
Because it really solidified the idea of loving someone for much more than superficial reasons.
Yeah.
But that's what it does so well. It's the idea of Renton just falls in love for nothing more than just to fall in love. Which is what I love about it, because the whole entire series, the idea of lifting and everything, it's all about literally falling in love. And
it is
they do
with different things.
Yeah, and they have very literal metaphors for that and stuff. With the whole idea of near the midpoint in the series, right? Whenever Renton jumps out of the Nirvash, right? And they're free falling, And it was that scene was so fucking amazing.
Oh, that scene was amazing.
Because
I love that scene. That was one of my favorite scenes from the series, actually.
It has
by far.
It was just they finally, because like I said, Garn, the whole thing, the atmosphere of this space, of being in the clouds, and how when you're in love, it's on cloud 9, it's this idea where it's a transcendent feeling. And it portrayed it so physically and subtly well. And I fell in love with the series. And there's a lot of people who deem it as one of their favorite series because of just so many reasons. But usually the backbone is is just the romance behind it is unbelievable. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, I think we're almost at an hour, so I think we should wrap up soon. But before we do, and before we never speak of this topic ever again, ever again, because we never repeat ourselves on PodTaku. Never, ever.
Shout out to Steins Gate and Madoka Magica.
What was the other one? Yeah, we have
Shout out to shit.
Obligatory Steins Gate reference. I think we're running short on those.
Yeah, I am genuinely interested in this because before we never talk about, so Jeanne, you've gone on your monthly K-drama binge when your estrogen is needed.
Yes.
So what do you find different about K-drama romance, which is more appealing to you, in your own words, than anime romances?
Go.
It's exactly what it is. It's seeing the characters grow, the characterization that they have while getting to know each other, and it's having the time to actually know each other and to actually fall in love, given the circumstances that they have and whatever like specific story or plot they have in the show. It's how they meet, how they grow, and how they just fall in love with each other. It's exactly what I like in any romance, is to have characterization and to have that time to build up a relationship, or to have a certain situation make it impactful enough to see how strong a romance is.
Right.
And they have it in almost every K-drama. Of course they exaggerate it at times.
It's cheesy and exaggerated.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Asian dramas.
There is one more thing that they tend to do a lot in K-dramas, and it's always having that play fight. Like, the girls and the boys always fight with each other, and that's their way of flirting.
Yeah.
And it's just that they do that a lot, and I find it, like, cute. Because it's realistic. Like, you know.
No.
Like, you flirt.
No.
And...
No, it's
yes,
it isn't. No.
In, like, high school.
Jeanne, you're a fucking idiot.
Alright, I mean, yeah.
Is that what your life is like?
I was about to say, was your romance life, hey, Jeanne, I put glue on your fucking sandwich.
Go out with me.
Like, Jeanne's a fat lard. Will you please go out to prom with me?
It's funny because, like,
yeah,
I actually hate basically all romances that Hollywood puts out. Or
because they don't do it well.
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, even though I don't like K-dramas, I will admit that it's better than the shit that the West normally puts out.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. But with that said, I think we should wrap it up.
Good idea.
We hope we've
up.
warmed your heart in this cold, frosty winter. With all this summer talk and romance. It's like, we really picked the wrong...
Not that a frosty winter is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong here.
Says...
Fuck you guys if you disagree.
Canada.
Fuck you. It's all about the summer, Tristan.
K-dramas for the
All
win.
about
Fuck
the
Holden.
froth.
Fuck Photo Kano.
Jeanne's a fucking idiot. Enough said. Don't watch... I don't recommend.
So... with me today has been Holden from HoldenReviews.
Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you have a great one.
Jeanne from Anime Appraisal.
And until next time, because I had nothing cool to say.
And Tristan from his Frosty Hell in wherever he is now.
From the
Canada?
Frosty Corner, we have Tristan from Glass
I
Reflection.
always have something cool to say, Jeanne. You would say that I always have something frosty to say.
Too frosty for me. Too frosty for me to handle.
And I have been Gigguk from the Anime Zone, and we hope you enjoy your winter, because God forbid I hate winter. Like, can we just go back to summer now, guys?
I think...
No, fuck
Yep,
summer.
let's do it.
Winter's awesome.
Fuck
What?
Fuck everybody.
Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it?
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about winter, right?
Huh?
Whenever I have to go pee, I have to touch my penis, and my hands are ice bricks.
We are not ending another podcast on your penis.